Okay, so are you ready for this? Like,
Uh,
seriously, you ready for this? Because we are going deep on something today that is just, well, it's truly wild.
yeah.
You know Enron, right?
Oh, yeah. How could you forget Enron?
Exactly. Like Enron, the company that, well, imploded in a giant scandal and, basically became a symbol for corporate greed.
Right, the textbook example of corporate malfeasance.
Yeah, well, get this. Enron is back
Back.
as a crypto project.
Oh, what?
I know, right? When I first saw this, I was like, is this a joke? Is
Yeah.
this real? What is happening?
I mean, it's got to be a joke, right?
That's what we're going to find out, right? Or going to separate fact from fiction, or at least try to.
Yeah. All right, so Enron crypto, huh? Where do we even begin with this?
Well, let's start with what we know, or at least what we think we know, right? We
Yeah.
found some news circulating online about this so-called Enron crypto project.
Right, and it's got all the buzzwords, right? Like decentralized finance, blockchain revolution, all that.
Yeah, it's like they took the Enron name and just slapped it onto a generic crypto website.
And that's what makes this so fascinating and kind of terrifying at the same time.
Right. Like, on the one hand, it's almost comical. It's like, is this a prank? Are they trolling us?
But on the other hand, it's like, what if this is actually serious? What if people are actually investing in this thing based on nothing but the Enron name?
Which, let's be honest, is not exactly a name that inspires trust.
Not at all.
So let's get down to brass tacks here, shall we? What have we actually been able to dig up on this Enron crypto project?
All right, so first things first. There's no evidence whatsoever that this project has any connection to the original Enron Corporation.
None, zero, zilch.
Nope. The website, which, by the way, is pretty bare bones, doesn't mention anything about the company's history, its former executives, nothing.
And like, wouldn't you think if this was legit, they would be shouting that connection from the rooftops?
Absolutely. They'd be like, we're back, baby, and this time we're going to do it right with blockchain.
Right, but instead it's all very vague and mysterious.
Yeah, like they're deliberately trying to keep things under wraps.
Which is, never a good sign.
Especially in the crypto world, right? Like, transparency is supposed to be one of the big selling points of blockchain.
Exactly.
So the lack of transparency here, it's definitely a red flag.
Okay, so no connection to the original Enron, vague website, lack of transparency. This is not looking good.
Yeah, and then there's the whole, meme coin angle.
Right. Meme coins.
Which, this has all the hallmarks of.
So for our listeners who might not be, deep in the crypto world,
Right.
can you explain what exactly a meme coin is?
Sure. So a meme coin, it's basically a cryptocurrency that it gains popularity not because of any underlying technology or, real world use case,
Right.
but because it's a meme.
It's gone viral.
Exactly. It's gone viral. It's often associated with, some kind of online joke or trend.
Like Dogecoin.
Exactly. Dogecoin, Shiba, these are all examples of meme coins.
And these meme coins, they can really take off, right?
Oh, yeah. They can see huge price swings driven purely by, social media hype and speculation.
And that's where things can get, well, a little dangerous. Right?
Yeah, because a lot of times these meme coins, they're associated with something called pump and dump schemes.
Right, which is
Basically where a group of people, they artificially inflate the price of a coin.
they hype it up.
They hype it up, yeah, through, social media, through online forums. And then once the price is high enough, they sell off their holdings, leaving everyone else, holding the bag.
It crashes.
It crashes, exactly, and people lose a lot of money.
And, it's not just about the money, right? There's a bigger issue here about, trust and transparency.
Right.
Like, if people can't even trust the basic information they're getting about a cryptocurrency, then, the whole system starts to crumble.
Absolutely. And that's one of the, the ironies of this whole Enron crypto thing. It's like they're taking a name that's synonymous with deception
Right.
and using it to try and, launch a cryptocurrency.
Which, is supposed to be about, like, decentralization and trust.
It's mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
It's like they're not even trying to hide the irony.
Right. Like, they're leaning into it.
And that's what makes me think that maybe, just maybe, this whole thing is a giant parody.
Right. Like a commentary on the whole crypto craze.
Exactly. Like they're trying to make a point about how, anything can be a cryptocurrency these days.
And how easily people can get swept up in the hype.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? If Enron can become a crypto project,
Then what can't?
then what can't? Right. It's like the ultimate satire.
So, okay, let's say for the sake of argument that this is a parody. Right?
Yes.
It's still pretty fascinating.
Right,
Real.
absolutely.
Like, it speaks to this broader trend of, the memification of everything.
Right, which is just, it's everywhere these days.
Mhm. Like, it's not just crypto, right? It's brands, it's companies, it's everything.
Yeah, like every company is trying to become a meme.
Like, remember that distracted boyfriend meme?
Oh, yeah.
It felt like every brand under the sun was trying to, like, shoehorn themselves into that meme.
It's true. And it's not hard to see why companies are doing this. Right?
Right.
Memes, they're a form of cultural shorthand.
They're relatable.
They're relatable, they're shareable, they can spread like wildfire online.
And they can make a brand seem, more human, more approachable.
Yeah, like they're in on the joke.
But it can also backfire, right?
Oh, definitely.
Like if a brand tries too hard to be memey,
Hmm.
it can come across as, inauthentic or even cringy.
Yeah, like they're trying too hard to be cool.
And then there's the whole issue of, what happens when a meme gets associated with something negative,
Right? Like, what if the meme itself becomes a symbol of, corporate greed or something?
which, brings us back to Enron. Like, if this Enron crypto project is a parody, it's a pretty brilliant one,
No, it
right?
is. It's like, it's a commentary on how meme culture can be used to, both celebrate and satirize the same thing.
And how quickly things can go from being a joke to being, potentially harmful.
Yeah, like it's a reminder that we need to be careful about what we memify.
And that we need to be able to, separate the irony from the reality.
Absolutely.
So, okay, let's zoom out a little bit here.
Okay.
What can we learn from all of this?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway here is that, we're living in a world where information, misinformation, and just plain silliness are all, constantly competing for our attention.
A lot to process.
It is, and it's
Yeah.
only going to get more intense, right? As
Mhm.
technology advances, as the internet evolves.
So what do we do? How do we navigate this crazy information landscape?
Well, I think it all comes down to, critical thinking.
Right.
Being able to question what you see online, to not take everything at face value.
Do your own research.
Exactly, to do your own research, to check your sources, to, be skeptical.
Especially when it comes to things like, investments.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
And if you're seeing it in a meme?
Yeah, then you really need to, take a step back and think critically about it.
All right, so to sum all this up, we've got this Enron crypto thing, which is probably a joke, but a very thought-provoking joke.
Right.
It highlights the power of memes, how they can be used for good or for, well, not so good.
And it reminds us that we all need to be more discerning consumers of information.
Absolutely.
We can't just blindly trust what we see online, especially when it comes to things like, our money.
Or our sanity.
Or our sanity, exactly.
So here's something to think about, right? What if this memification trend, what if it extends beyond marketing? What if we start seeing entire business models or even political campaigns built around memes? It's a little scary, but it's also, kind of exciting, right? Like, where does this all lead? What's the next chapter in the story of memes and the internet?
Yeah, it's something to keep an eye on for sure.
It is. It is. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening. And remember, stay curious, stay critical, and don't invest in any Enron crypto. Okay.
Solid advice.
Solid advice. See you next time.
Bye.